Hello, today a video on location in the lovely city of Delft, in the Netherlands. Delft is actually a very short train ride away from me, and I will be showing you the museum Tetar van Elven. Paul Tetar van Elven was an artist who lived in the Netherlands and was a teacher here in Delft, and after his death, he left the collection to his widow, and she turned the collection into a foundation which formed the basis for the museum, Paul Tetar van Elven. And it is just starting to rain, but I am just at the entrance of the museum now, and I will have a look here today. So welcome to Museum Paul Tetar van Elven. It's a really lovely museum. We see here the living room. He had an artist actually paint the ceiling that we see here with the names of famous artists that he admired. So Paul Tetar van Elven was an artist and he was a teacher in Delft. This is a sewing basket, probably belonged to one of his two wives. His first wife died and he remarried again. The second wife made sure that the house was actually turned into a museum according to the wishes of Paul himself. Paul was a very avid collector, as you can see some of the pieces here. This is a self-portrait of Paul Tetar van Elven, and there are more family portraits along the walls of the living room here that we can see. The house itself is from the 16th century and was built shortly after a huge fire that destroyed a huge part of Delft. And it was sort of redone and remodeled in the 1800s a couple of times. This particular room is actually not a part of the original interior. It was brought over from another house in Delft, and it has a beautiful ceiling which we will see in a little bit as well. Paul was an excellent draftsman. He was also a teacher of drawing, and he won several prizes for his excellent drawings that he made. While I was there, it was one of the last days of the exhibition on nude drawings that he did, and currently there is an exhibition going on starting in December on textiles from the museum, and I'm very excited about that. Unfortunately, that wasn't there yet when I made this video. This is the old ceiling that was in the house. The staircase that we see here is one of the oldest features, and we will be going up that one in a little bit as well. This particular room is the artist's studio with a beautiful 16th century fireplace, a very old table there, and we see his painting stuff on the table there as well. I particularly like his painting bag that you see here with the nails and his initials, a PTE, and it's fully embroidered in wool. There's a lovely little library here that we see with leather wallpaper, and that cupboard is actually something that you see on antique Frisian samplers sometimes. So we now go up the very old staircase from the 16th century and note the lovely Delft tiles with playing children. Lots of different children's games there. And the reason that I love this museum so much is that you really feel that you're visiting someone's house. You just get to walk around. It's not filled with descriptions and everything. It's got a lovely group of volunteers willing to tell you everything about the collection and look up anything that they might not know. So this is the attic, The painting on the easel there is a painting by Han van Meegeren, who was a master forger who became very famous for having made a forgery of a painting attributed to Vermeer, which is part of the collection of the Museum Boijmans van Beuningen here in Rotterdam, where I live. And this little room is host to a fantastic collection of lots of pottery from Delft, from China, from pretty much all over. And it's just so inspiring to see all this lovely pottery in this beautiful room, and then look out the windows, these beautiful, slightly old, warped windows. You see different colors as well, the glass, it's not sterile. And then you look outside and you see the canal, the churches of Delft. So that brings us to the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed this little tour of the house of Paul Tetar van Elven. In the drop-down menu you will find links to the museum, and it is definitely worth a visit if you ever visit the Netherlands and Delft.